Welcome back, Wolfpack Brawlers here, and let's see how these battles end up playing out. I'm bringing Gastrodon, and this is an example of why I don't like playing the battle spot to give you guys an example of how the Pokemon run, because you just get a lot of weird things. Not saying that Gastrodon's bad or the Pokemon I'm reviewing is bad, but sometimes it's hard to make them shine just right, because with a team like this, well, I'm bringing Rotom to stop his Talonflame, I'm bringing Talonflame to stop his, Venusaur, and I would like to bring Medicham in a perfect world where I could kind of just clean up the rest of his team with it, but I want to bring Gastrodon to make it shine, so it's going to be in the position where, you know, Talonflame goes and steamrolls through a team most of the time, Rotom does a lot of work. Like, Gastrodon, he's still good, like, if you find him the right tankiness, it's going to work out, but sometimes, you know, when they have, like, hard counters like a Venusaur, you end up getting too much momentum off of taking out the counter, and then it's showing off the rest of the team. I had Medicham go and sweep 3-0 because he had like Ferrothorn and the Venusaur. So it's just weird right there. And then even then, like Medicham, you get in these weird situations. Sometimes Ferrothorns protect, sometimes they don't first turn protect. It's something. So we're just going to see what works best against the team right now. He does have a pretty ferocious team though. What does he want to lead? Is my guess. He might want to go Azumarill. So I think Rotom's going to have the best chance of leading against his team. Can bring Medicham, and then try Gastrodon out, and maybe we'll get something going here. Alright, Gastrodon and Garchomp is good. Gastrodon to Aegislash, little messy, and alright, so he did lead his Venusaur. Crap. And that's why we... I should have actually seen that coming. Because that's why we want to bring the Medicham and then go into shenanigans, but because the Aegislash threat is there, yeah, this is kind of tough. And I didn't bring Talonflame because I thought he'd be too scared off to bring the Venusaur, so it just kind of shows like what these random situations you get in the battle spot are. I wonder if I should just burn it now. Like, I can keep in Rotom. Do I want to rush a Pain Split? Because if I do Pain Split, I survive the hit, Pain Split, survive the hit, burn, have some damage onto this guy, and then at least I have options. So, but if I lead Pain Split and he goes for like a Leech Seed or something, that's just bad. We'll throw out the Will-O-Wisp. We'll just throw out the Will-O-Wisp for now, and hope he doesn't go too all in. He might want his setup or something. Yeah, Mega Venusaur is a very powerful Pokemon. And this team does have its weaknesses to it, but if I wanted to just do what I said, you know, just bring Rotom, Talonflame, and, oh wow, I actually get the Avoid on Leech Seed, so this turn works out pretty well. As for what else I can do, not really too sure. So Medicham, yeah, like once Venusaur's gone, this should be good because like Venusaur bringing the freaking what's its face, the Aegislash against the Medicham is very strong, which is why I like running Fire Punch sometimes. But now I have Ice Punch at this moment, and that's going to be okay, but it's not going to be like the most optimal thing I can bring. If I keep Rotom in and then, you know, just bring in, I'll bring in Medicham, I'll eat the Leech Seed. If he goes for, I'll just throw out the Zen Headbutt. If he goes into Aegislash, go into Rotom, then I'll just do shenanigans, like freaking shenanigans. I don't know what I'm going to do. So that's going to be Leech Seed yet again. Alright, it does land this time. Medicham taking a little bit of damage isn't the end of the world. And depending on what else he has, you know, if he has the Talonflame, I already showed Rotom, so he probably is going to be more inclined to go into Aegislash. And if he doesn't have Aegislash, then he's just not going to switch into it. So that's going to be a Zen Headbutt KO for sure, and now we just kind of wait to see what happens. So Mega Evolution, Zen Headbutt, might have Protect, but then he's just stalling out Leech Seed, which isn't giving me too much, or isn't giving him too much, it's not hurting me too much. Minor advantages right there. And if we get this guy off the field, maybe we'll see Gastrodon do something. Wow, he stayed in? Cool. That's just going to be a clean, yeah, and this is what I mean. You don't know what your opponent's going to do. Because if maybe he doesn't have the answer, so he loses Venusaur, but now Gastrodon might have a chance to work this battle. And he does have the Talonflame, but that's why I have Rotom. He might go, and also, this is where it also gets weird. Does he go for the straight up Brave Bird? Does he anticipate my switch and throw out a U-turn? I don't know his set. So I could honestly, like if he has U-turn, I could honestly just kind of stay in with the Zen Headbutt and really have some punish. But if he has the Brave Bird, then it was going into Rotom, or if he's going for a Swords Dance. People like running Swords Dance on the Talonflame. If he knows I'm going to switch out, he knows it's a free Swords Dance, which gives him a small edge against the Rotom. Could just be Will-O-Wisp. I mean, there's so many shenanigans in this game. I have the advantage with my Medicham. I'm going to keep in Medicham and just take that risk, because I've kind of already said everything, so we're just going to see what happens. Ah, see, he went for the Brave Bird, so Sometimes they just aggro. But that would have been super, like, see, he knew I had the Rotom, so he didn't really have too much reason to stay in. And now I can just bring in Rotom throughout the... I think I'm gonna play... Ooh, he took a lot of health on that recoil, though. Which means I can just throw out the straight-up Hydro Pump. And Hydro Pump's gonna be a safe-ish option. I don't want it missing. But if it lands, that Talonflame's gonna be in a world of hurt. So yeah, Rotom would have taken no damage on that switch. But I've seen Talonflame stay in and... See, he had the U-turn as well. So I was expecting him to just expect that and U-turn. So the outplay, you know, is just an over-prediction, and that's not, like, the worst thing. So is it an Aegislash? Am I just going to get the Hydro Pump and then a Will-O-Wisp? If it is an Aegislash, then we get into something interesting right now, because he only has one Pokemon, so I don't know why it's taking him so long to make his move. If it's a Azumarill, I get to Thunderbolt it, and then that really reduces a lot of his power from the Belly Drum. And he can Aqua Jet me. Now, here's the problem. So I had to rush a Gastrodon out. Like, I had to rebreed my Gastrodon because the one from 4th generation didn't have the best IVs. And I don't remember the EV spread I gave it. Might have been suboptimal. So I just rushed one out. Unfortunately, my Gastrodon has Sticky Hold. So if it was like, say, an Aqua Jet, a Azumarill in this case, if I had the right Gastrodon, I'd completely wall it out and have a very high chance of winning. But the way that this happened is just... I don't know. But yeah, the rain... I don't have a Rain Dish Gastrodon, and it's not because I think it's better. It's I want the Rain Dish... Or not because I think it's worse. I want the Rain Dish Gastrodon. Did I disconnect? Am I the one that's disconnected here? Like, what happened? So, oh, he goes for Garchomp. Oh, good. That's going to be eating up a hit into a Will-O-Wisp, and then I also land the Hydro Pump. So if Will-O-Miss doesn't occur in this situation, that's a lot of damage. That's good. Like... It's just going to be solid. If he has Swords Dance, we're going to get the burn damage. All we have to do is land another Hydro Pump. So you see, I didn't know if it was a setup or anything like that, but I think I still played it okay. So, I mean, I have physical bulk Rotom. I think it's like Bold Nature. Yeah, the Outrage, not going to really... Oh, no! He voids the Will-O-Wisp. This is where things get fun, though, because Garchomp's going to get confused either this turn or next, and then Gastrodon... Actually, Gastrodon does well against the Garchomp with this Stockpile setup. So we're just going to see. So, Outrage, I wasn't keeping track of the damage. I might survive? No. Alright. If Gastrodon gets confused this turn, so the Will-O-Miss did happen. He took damage, now he's confused. If he hits himself just once, I think Gastrodon's just going to win this battle. Oh my god! Gastrodon might actually get a chance to shine because the right things happened. I'm good with that. So yeah, now it explains why I didn't switch out as Venusaur, because he just didn't want to have to deal with it. So I'm going to get my stockpiles now. Since I still have my Citrus Berry up, he withdrew the Garchomp. That's going to be a free stockpile. He already took damage, and then I just threw out the Scald. And I might be able to get, like, back-to-back Scalds. Okay, so he didn't... This might be an actual battle that I finally get to use in the battle. Or the video. So we're going to see how much Scald does. I'm hoping for a solid amount of damage. Since he isn't special invested, it's pure defense, pure hit points with the Sassy Nature. That way, just because I only had a Sassy Nature available, it might work. So he does have the Swords Dance. Alright. He's not going to have too much advantage on me. This is where things get weird. So, Scald, if he has Roost, you know, we have to do the damage. Or it was just enough. Awesome. I was surprised by that. I know Scald's super effective in stab and stuff, but you see some weird tank Talonflames from time to time. And I think that means I win. So, we didn't get the burn. Should I go? I'm trying to figure out what I should throw out. So if I throw out the Infestation, it means he's going to take damage. I might just want to go for my stockpile advantage, get the +3, just secure every chance of winning. If he might be Scarfed if he's just running Outrage like that. Because he doesn't want a Swords Dance. He doesn't want 2 Swords Dance Pokemon on his team. If it is, though, then we have to hope for the burn on Scald and just kind of Scald it out. But that means we are going to be on neutral damage for a while. We still have our Citrus Berry, so we might be able to get 2 hits. If one of those burns, we can still win this because of Gastrodon. Just being a man. Alright. Even though Gastrodon just came in and, like, he set up a free stockpile and he did enough damage, so... Interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. And now he's taking time. Now he's taking his time. Oh, so he's just got Outrage. Alright. Yeah, that's going to be the +2 next, so... Pure defensive investment against the Garchomp. Yes! If I had the Ice Beam set, you know, this is why Scald Ice Beam is very strong. I wanted to try the Infestation, that way, if I found an opportunity where Gastrodon could lead, I could just go raw Infestation and then get the shenanigans in my side. So, with the Citrus Berry, that gives me free, or pretty safe Scald right now. As long as I don't get crit. Like, Gastrodon might be a sponge for crits sometimes, but yeah, I'm not taking damage at all. So I can throw out the Scald, recover, get him confused, and if any of this burns, like, it's an instant win. So yeah, see, it's not a crazy amount of damage on a neutral hit. So he'll throw it out. He's getting confused this time. Then I just Scald. If he hits himself, then that's a quick win right there. Oh no, the crit! Stupidity. This game was so stupid. I'm still gonna show it, because I mean, like, it was still a good game. And if it wasn't for the crit and the Will-O-Wisp missing, you know, it was my game, and Gastrodon still did enough. So that's some silliness though. Okay, let's try one more battle this time. His team doesn't have grass finally, so maybe I'm just gonna lead Gastrodon and get a Gastrodon sweep I've been looking for. This is good. This could be pretty good. Now, Medicham cleans up the team, and then Talonflame does a lot of destruction things, so this could be a pretty good battle right here. Now, Mega Pinsir, not really too much of a problem. Gotta have some respect for seeing the Sand Slash. I've done the Sand Slash review so long ago now, but cool stuff, and the Gramble. So this guy might know what he's up to. Yeah, stuff. So we could see some mastering of illusions at this point, but overall, I'm feeling pretty good, and I have my Mountain Dew now, so yeah, it's just, see, this is why you never know what you're going to go up against. I got the 1 in 100 battle where I lose to the crit and the Will-O-Wisp, and just some weird other stuff, you know. I think one of the things that's pissed me off the most is when I'm recording, and a Ferrothorn will lead protect one game while I'm throwing out the high jump kick. And then a different guy, they'll expect to, like, that I'm anticipating a protect, and they'll just go straight Stealth Rocks and then lose their Ferrothorn. I mean, when I was on Pokemon Showdown, doing my laddering to get to like 1700 ranking or whatever, or like 1770 points, wherever I ended up, when I was doing that, I ended up with like a lot of people that got mad at me because they're like, no, you were supposed to switch or not use an offense. You weren't supposed to high jump kick because I have the threat to protect. You're bad. It's like, I'm bad because I outpredicted you. And there's so many overprediction shenanigans. So let's just watch Gastrodon set up stockpiles. I mean, Sand Slash, in my set, I mentioned Swords Dance. This is where things could get interesting. If he's Swords Dancing, I might just have to start throwing out the, oh yeah, he's got the Swords Dance Sand Slash! Yo! If I lose to this, it would be a little embarrassing, but at the same time, I'm losing to one of my own sets. So now the damage is actually in his favor, because of that. Well then, we can hope I tank it up enough with this berry, and I two-shot. If I can two-shot with the Scald, so the X-Scissor. He's not using Earthquake, though. That probably would have been a better move, honestly. We do, like, damage stuff, yeah. Earthquake would have done twice as much. Yes, I get a burn. Oh, my goodness, that was actually... Okay, see, now hacks are in my favor, this battle. So, like, now he loses a lot of his damage. And that's a free stockpile for me, because I'm pretty sure he's going to go down in 2 turns. Yeah, he's in red, which means he's less than a quarter. So... Earthquake, not going to be a silly amount. Yeah, and then Citrus Berry's healing me up. And this is why I have Citrus Berry. So I got that clutch, and this actually kind of shows what Gastrodon can do pretty well. So I got the clutch burn, and we already saw the tankiness with Garchomp. If I'm not getting crit, I can endure outrages pretty well. And my hair's all messed up now because I've just been, like, frustrated from all this recording. And see, there's that. So now I'm going to take the hit. I'm already at +2. I get a free recover this turn because he's going to go down to the burn. And other games, I did 6 Scalds and didn't get 1 burn that I needed. Like, because it was a Ferrothorn with, like, Power Whip, and I was, like, hitting Pokemon before it, and then I didn't get any burns. The Power Whip eventually took out my +3 Gastrodon, even though I was surviving. I was in, like, 1.5 hit KO range, so I was able to out stockpile it, get a Scald, or out-recover it, get a Scald, out-recover it, get a Scald. I never got my burn, but then I get burn first turn. So this game is so absurd sometimes, especially when you're trying to record. So he's got Pinsir. I'm at my +2. Is this also going to be another Swords Dance Pokemon? That would be pretty tough. That would be pretty tough. Gotta Scald it. Gotta, if we get back-to-back burns, that would be silly. I don't want back-to-back burns. I have my setup right now. Gives me a couple turns to kind of scout out what he's doing. Aerialate's going to be mean. He's got Swords Dance as well. So, I mean, I'm going to definitely eat a solid hit. But now he's on neutral ground with me. I'm pure defense. I have the Sassy Nature with hit point defense. So we're just going to see what happens. Alright, no burn. Fair. That's fair. So I'm just going to kind of like damage check at this one. I'm pretty sure I still win because I have Talonflame. Talonflame comes in and like sweeps the rest of his team. Superpower. high risk, high damage, but it's not going to be enough in this case. I think just like an air late return would have been more for sure. So that's going to be another Scald and critical hit. So see, now I'm getting the status and the crits. Since he went -1, this might be a good opportunity to recover. And if he goes for Swords Dance to get his ground back, yeah, I should just recover. Or just Scald. Like, Scald's gonna knock him out. But then if I recover and I get more health back and I might cheese on the Scald, we're just gonna see. So he's throwing out just a crazy mix of moves right now. So that's going to be a recover. Yeah. We're gaining a little bit more health back each time. So I'll recover one more time. I'll throw out the Scald. If I don't get crit, we're fine. But like I said, this game is pretty much already good for me. So yeah, Gastrodon, like if you just want damage numbers on the Gastrodon, it's doing pretty well. It's got some pretty goodness to it. And it's really funny because like Gastrodon is the Pokemon that soaks up crits like a sponge. Back in the 4th generation, I ran Stockpile Cradily, Stockpile Gastrodon, Stockpile Snorlax, and that was back when Battle Revolution, they had their online matchmaking. And I would just win battles all day long because of Gen 4 there wasn't as much power and people couldn't respond to the Stockpile as much. Also, if you had like well EV Pokemon, people weren't like that ahead in the meta. So it's pretty interesting. Now here's where it sucks. I have my sticky hold on Gastrodon. So these Pokemon used to be like absurd, but now they're still pretty good. Hypnosis, I avoid the Hypnosis, get my Infestation. I don't care if Hypnosis lands at this point. I just wanted my Infestation because now I'm getting the damage over time. A little bit of Scald chip damage, so something's working out right now. Something's working out. And that's going to be pretty good. So yeah, I can take this. I can record this, I can upload it. It ran long, I've been recording for like 3 hours, but it's just silliness. You know, I've had some solid Gastrodon games, but then bad things happen like crits, and I've finally just done. I'm ready to just take the videos. Okay, so I'm switching into Medicham. I want this battle over. Also, I realized that it didn't bring rain, so this Politoed might be water absorbed, but I'm switching into a Hypnosis. This game's silly. This game is so silly. He really can't do too much to me, so I'm just gonna wait to wake up and then Zen Headbutt him to the face, and then I win. I think that's gonna be good, just Zen Headbutt him to the face and then win. So, I mean, he landed a Hypnosis prediction, I guess. I don't know. And now I'm getting hit up on Skype from my friends. I'm recording, guys. Stop trying to get my attention. I don't know. We're just kind of seeing how this goes. He missed the Hyper Beam. He's been using like Ice Beam stuff, so he might have the Scald, Hyper Beam damage. Just waiting. Oh man, there's the Hyper Beam, kids, and that's going to be, wow. That was almost too silly to believe right there. The Hyper Beam crit almost one-shotting Medicham. That's something else. So, if Medicham wakes up, and I finally get his Zen Headbutt in, there we go. Finally, we get the game. So, Gastrodon does some cool things, and now you can see the difficulties in trying to record these Pokemon, but I think we finally got some good stuff after a long time, because, I mean, sometimes I just sweep with Medicham and Talonflame, and other times, weird things happen. So, if you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you all have a nice day.